What are we doing today, babe?
We are moving bowling balls around like usual.
Pro shop restocking day?
What's that?
Pro shop restocking day?
Yes, it is.
We're doing inventory for the month.
Inventory for the month. Sounds like it.
How many idols and emeralds we got in there?
Well, we have 3, 6, 8 emeralds so far. One in the car is 9. 2, 4, 6, 7 dark codes. And probably 8 intenses. And like 8 idols.
Okay. Lots of treasure.
Yep.
That's mine. Don't touch it.
I have one for
He always
myself.
tries to steal my bowling
What are we
balls.
doing with this?
Resurgence Fire. Oh, the daddy.
You can get rid of it.
Anybody who wants that ball, buy it from me. Also, who remembers this? This was my daddy ball. Growing up, this ball won me junior gold, Team USA, like won so many medals with it. Love this ball.
I'm here so I don't get fined.
We're done with the US Open. We're done with Nate's regional. We're done with my regional. We're back in Tampa for a day before we're off to our next adventure.
Yep.
I was going to update you guys on this. I had a lot of people ask, so here I am doing the recap, the update, the final version, the end of the saga, hopefully, about how the US Open cost me $750 instead of $500. A week before the US Open, I obviously finally got my email that I got fined, and it was the same day that Kegel did announce that there was some form of malfunction with the lane machine, which huge props to Kegel for being there for our community and being transparent. Love them. They've been nothing but amazing the entire time I've ever been involved and known the Kegel family. So it's nothing short of what I expect from them, and it is very much appreciated, especially for all the bowlers here on tour. And I know that same day, I think within a couple hours, there was an email sent out by USBC saying they were going to refund all the women that did not make the cut and give us back our $500 entry fee, which is amazing. That
hit those pairs.
Yes, that hit those pairs. Big props to USBC for doing that. It is very much appreciated as well. Within an hour of that, I received the email that I was in fact still fined because I was still waiting 2 weeks, hadn't heard from anything from Queen. So I was like, didn't know if maybe I wasn't getting fined now. So I was literally in the dark. I emailed a couple times asking, and I did receive a fine that same day. I'm reading it, and then I realized that I got added to the fact that in that previous vlog that you guys can see from day one of Queens, I had mentioned how the center did not have water available to us, which in fact there was no water available to us the day of practice. And I found out later that there was little bottles of water being sold by the youth program. I have no problem donating to any youth program. I do it all the time on my own free will. But I do not feel as like an athlete, we should not have some type of free water provided to us, whether it's out of a spigot, I don't care. There was not. There was a lot of people that struggled to go up to the casino and ask for water. They said no. And so upon all this, they ended up adding to my fine that I had mentioned that there was no water. Now I obviously have to prove why what I said was okay in the vlog, which I know 100% it still was. And now I had to prove that I was not the only one that felt this way or experienced the same problems. So I put together a petition with some of the girls. I think there was 10 girls that did it. There was 20 girls that told me they were going to do it. I'm sure for whatever reason, I only had 2 days to do it. But I did talk to 20 girls that said that they had the same problem, but 10 girls did end up signing the petition that I sent over to them, showing what issues they also had having no water in the bowling center. I sent in all that information before the practice session of the US Open, or like 2 days before the practice session of the US Open. Did not hear anything. Right before practice started, I got an email saying my appeal had been denied and that I needed to pay my fine right before the US Open started. Mind you, this is the day before the US Open started, like the night before the US Open started. Then didn't receive anything, I hadn't been at the tournament previously, so I'm like bowling practice. During my second practice session of the US Open, I finally received an email where I paid my fine, and I had to do it before the start of the US Open while I'm bowling the US Open practice. I paid it, it's done. I did nothing wrong, and I will stand by that forever. I have nothing, obviously, but support of the PWBA. I've been on tour and tried to get other women to come out and bowl tour events, regional events, anything that I can do to support them. That's, again, why I'm here. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to say it's ridiculous.
Just imagine if LeBron James had to take a timeout and walk to the concession stand to get a Gatorade. Or, they had to stop a tennis match and, Roger Federer had to go to the concession stand to get water. I don't think any other sport does that or makes their athletes pay for water or simple hydration. These women are professional athletes, like I've stated before, just like I am, like the men's tour, junior programs, they are up and coming professional athletes as well. And just the simple fact of you can't be provided with water at the highest level of competition. And like I said, we don't have a problem donating. Like the kids brought up the bowling bags upstairs, another flight of stairs, to the women's paddock to put their stuff away, and we gave them money towards their program, and a lot of girls did to support their program. I do not think it's fair that you have to stop everything you're doing in the middle of trying to make the Queen's Cut, go in your wallet, take money out, go walk down to 1 and 2 where they were. If you were on 39 and 40, you had to go all the way down to walk down, get water, pay for it, and then come back when it's your turn. I don't think it's fair or right.
Yeah, and to be fair to what USBC said is that was available to us. That was not available to us the first day of practice, which was the day before the vlog was put out, which was the next morning. So at that point, we all thought we were walking into that day with zero water.
And also, the concession stands were closed the entire time at
And
the bowling center.
And the bars upstairs would not
And
give
the
us
bars
water.
upstairs, like, they gave me trouble. One lady was nice enough to fill my jug of water with ice. But I heard a lot of horror stories from everybody going upstairs trying to get water. And they didn't have any staff downstairs to provide water in a bar that was just closed that could have been having water the entire time, or the concession stand. It wasn't open until later in the afternoon.
And I know the biggest gripe was that obviously we are not supposed to talk poorly about a proprietor. I do not think this is a proprietor problem. I think that it comes down to whoever's in charge of the event should provide us with water. We have a membership. If that's something, raise our memberships if we need to be able to provide water at every single event if the proprietor cannot do it. And that is a special situation because, Samstown is a casino. It's not a normal center, because I will say we've never been without water at any other proprietor center that is just a mom and pop. There's always snacks, everything. Yep. This was a one-time thing that was just a simple comment of did not have water, but I do think that we should be provided with free water and access to water. The snacks are, to me, an extra. I'll bring my own banana and stuff, but I need water when I bowl. That's it, period.
Yeah. Samstown is a great host for sure for both the men, the women. There's never really any problems there. They did a fantastic job running the Queens. The staff was completely fine. I just think there was possible miscommunication somewhere. And especially it just comes over the simple fact that athletes need hydration.
Hopefully that's the end of this saga. That's what happened. For those of you who would like to know, I did pay my fine. Here it is. Thank you for those. I don't know if he wants to be named, but thank you to someone who did pay my fine and made it a lot easier for me to focus on bowling. Again, thank you. Thank you for all the support.
Be ready for a lot of regional action coming this weekend in Virginia. Last weekend was really good for me, so we'll try to keep that momentum going. And our journey begins tomorrow, making some pit stops along the way in order to get to Virginia to bowl this weekend's PWBA Regional. So be on the lookout for that, be on the lookout for content, and we'll see you on the next one.